What's up, and welcome to the 11th ever episode of the Uncultured Gaming Podcast, a podcast where I force my friends to play the games that I love and then have a discussion about the games that I love. On today's episode, we're doing the Super Earth Lord's work in spreading democracy with Superfan Sam. Right there. That's right, we're getting modern with it and talking about Helldivers 2. But if you missed that slight detail, we have our favorite Superfan joining us, Superfan Sam. Great discussion, most likely. Only time will tell. But on top of all that, we got beers to bust open, wheels to spin, Preston's WAP to discuss, gaming news to discuss, like Dragon's Dogma 2, microtransactions, Hi-Fi Rush getting a PS5 release, and Halo 2 servers are back online for just one day. And a very special segment that you'll just have to keep on listening to find out what it is. All this and more with your favorite superfan and uncultured gamers. We're back, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast that everyone loves. Once again, we can't be canceled. Uncancelable. Take that, internet. I don't know. I guess it's the internet in this situation. Because you can't kill what doesn't have money. That's very important to remember. I'm your host, Daddy of the Podcast, Final Fantasy VII Romantic, and future owner of Carpal Tunnel Syndrome, Wilson Lester. And like always, I'm joined by the fan favorite, the hostess with the most holes, fellow Daddy of the Podcast, Soulsborne fanfic writer, and the ratchet to my clink, Preston Jacobs.
What's up?
What's up?
Oh, no.
I don't care, Preston. Stop interrupting me every day we do this. It's not all. You're not the only one joined here with this today. You're going to make sure we block out this person over here. Can't give away anything. But if you listen to that first intro, which I just did, you would know that we have a very special guest with us. That's right. Back to back, like I'm Jordan 9697. Whoop! That was a little bit of Drake reference for everybody. Now we're very popular. But enough of being young and alive. It's time we introduce our second ever guest to the podcast, the captain of our Helldiver squad, board gamer extraordinaire, and the superest fan that ever super fanned, Sam Jeffers.
It's an honor. Preston, it's so nice to meet you in person. I've heard so much about you.
So many good things about you, too.
I've been hearing your voice for years and everything.
Years and years.
And Will, it's also, I guess it's nice to meet you, too.
You've met me multiple times.
Well,
you've married my sister for some
reason. He's your brother-in-law.
It's different when you're on the podcast.
So if viewers at home and listeners at home, you may be wondering why Superfan Sam is here. Well, Make-A-Wish Foundation called us the other day. So we thought we I tried not to break. How's everybody doing?
Right, it's weird because I could have asked, I could have met Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I could have maybe gotten a trip to Disney World, but no, I want to be on a podcast.
The most unlistened to podcast.
Yeah. No, I think our last podcast is actually doing pretty good. I think. Yeah, it's mostly because of your wife, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
She kind of carried the show, so we have high expectations from you.
Well, Joe Rogan and Jordan Peterson both turned me down, so I'm glad that you guys accepted me. So
who's Jordan Peterson?
You don't.
I went with the Call Me Daddy girl host person.
Jordan Peterson?
Who
you don't know him?
He's the 6 rules about cleaning up your life and all that stuff.
No, because I clearly don't need to clean up my life. I'm perfect.
I think you'd recognize his voice if you.
Okay.
He's a scary psychiatrist.
Yeah.
A doctor, just like you.
Oh, look at me. That's right. I am a doctor. Remember, we're going to finish it strong together.
That's
Fisted strong together.
Going back to it, this is part of the honk. Last episode, we talked about Gata getting after that ass and how Gracie puts that in her email for some reason to her coworkers. Well, yeah, no, she decided get a team attitude, which is not what it means. Preston wanted to mention fist.
Yes.
How what they used to do in high school, used to fist each other. It doesn't really work out well when it's finished it's strong together.
Yes. It was our old football high school little lingo. That was like junior, senior year. Mm-hmm. It was they was like fist, everybody fist. But him saying gotta get after that ass reminded me of fist, and I just didn't really bring it up on the last episode. But and it was pretty bad because
we'll keep moving.
It was pretty bad.
They said we're uncancelable. Let's continue that. But anywho, it's now canon for the podcast.
It is.
So we should definitely make merch one day where it's just
fist.
I was going to say fisting, but we're not going to do that. That's
Just don't look it up.
don't look it up. Make sure you have safe search on Google. But before Preston decides to replace me with Sam, let's get into some housekeeping, or as in and only I like to call it, the honk honk. Like always, please go ahead and check out the most latest episodes. That isn't this episode. Yes, that sounds very confusing, but you need to get over it, internet. Check out episode 10 where we had my sister explain Animal Crossing to me and Preston like we're 4 years old. It's an instant classic. Third most listened to episode on Spotify and the most watched video on YouTube.
The only video.
But if you don't like listening to our voices and need another form of media to enjoy Preston's comedy, like I said, we're on YouTube now. That's right, we officially are on YouTube with episode 10 being our very first episode. It's very confusing, but you need to get off your ass, go to YouTube, search Uncultured Gaming Podcast, like the video, and don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, I can say that now. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. If you don't, we will not be able to keep the lights on or keep our families fed. It also can help cure world hunger, potentially. You never know until you try. Don't ask for details. I'm just not that kind of doctor. But still be sure to follow us on social media. Follow us on X, Instagram, and now, of course, YouTube. So the occasional content. Been very bad about posting content. Probably non-existent unless we're promoting the podcast.
We need to get with our social media director.
Get the login to it. That's what we need to do.
Forgot password.
But things may change by doing that.
Yes.
YOLO, as the kids used to say. A lot of acronyms this episode. Gotta, fist, YOLO. And this, I hate that I said YOLO. It's very cringy. But we here at the Uncultured Gaming Podcast, Sam, we embrace cringe. If you don't,
that's why I'm here.
You're good.
The perfect guest.
So, and with that being said, Sam, guess who was our sponsor for today's episode?
I'm assuming it's Preston's mom.
Oh, you're correct. Let's go with that first ad read, everybody.
So I was actually I was wanting to talk with you guys about this. I know Preston's mom. She's rolling in the dough, and I'm sure she's sending a lot of funds y'all's way. But I was curious if you guys would let me potentially Venmo you, buy a couple ad reads for the episode.
How much are we charging for space?
It depends on how good he does.
I'm willing to go between $1 and $3.
$2.50 is the best.
$2.50.
Split the difference. $3.50.
I was going to go 25 cents. I know our worth.
And just for all of our listeners, what's that Venmo real fast?
Sniper Booty 42069 XXXX capital X XXX.
Good. I'll send that to you right after the episode's over with. Yeah, so for that, I would like to just jump into my ad read if that's okay.
Absolutely, cut this. Absolutely. Yep.
Do you feel tired, sluggish, or just plain unmotivated sometimes? Feel like there's just no getting ahead no matter how hard you try? Well, not anymore. Introducing Preston's Mom! Through the power of breaking scientific advances, we at Preston's Mom have created a new product called Validation. Validation utilizes binaural brainwave amplifiers to tap into your latent neurological activity to make you feel better about everything without having to do anything. Let's take a look. Hi there, wayward youth. What's got you feeling down?
I'm just not fitting in at school, I guess.
I'm sorry to hear that. Why don't you try some Preston's Mom trademarked Validation?
Oh, that's all right. I think I'll just have to.
Do not feel down, child. Your fragile frame will one day pass from this plane of existence, making your futile concerns seem small in the vast cosmos. Another happy customer. Preston's Mom's Validation, available everywhere, whether you like it or not. Available for only $9.99. May cause dizziness, itching, swelling, angst, loneliness, depression, irritability. Preston's Mom, we believe in you, even if you don't. Well, if my math is correct, I think that should be about 69 cents. We'll save the rest of the money for the other.
Good. Okay, good. That's smart. That's smart, I think. It's good math. Very quick math.
No. He brought out his inner My Hero Academia one for all with that one.
Always get one for all and all for one.
I'm just throwing down.
I think it's one. I think it's one for all.
One for all.
All for one is a bad
guy.
Yeah.
That was great. I love that so much.
But before we actually get started with the actual episode, it's time to bring back the news segment, and this time it's gonna freaking work. One more question. That's right. I'm more confident I can't mess this up because we're already in it. Or less confident, I don't know. Life is a highway. That's a different song. One more question is once again a chance for our guests to answer a random question to kind of get warmed up and let the audience know more about who they are as a person. I will emphasize that guests will not see these questions in advance. Is that cruel? Sure, but I'm once again a slut for good content. So let's get to asking. All right, Sam, I'm going to bring up I have 2 random questions. So it really make one more questions for Sam.
Do I get a choice?
You can choose 1 or 2.
Oh.
One more question. Everybody knows the rules.
Yeah.
We're going to get sued by I can't afford to get sued by Barstool. God. Sorry, Dave Portnoy, wherever you are.
Probably call it 2 more questions.
But that's not the song. 1 or 2. Pick them.
You're not going to read me the question.
No, you get to pick, no, you don't get to know what it is.
Which one's the better one?
They're both pretty great. I don't know, Preston, you want to read that real quick? He's looked at these before.
That's right. It's like the first time. I don't even know the answer to the first one.
Oh, number two. Lock it in.
Okay.
Final answer.
You're going to number 2. If you don't like it, you can change it to the first one.
Number 2. No, I don't care. I'm 100% in.
True or false?
Oh, fuck.
Super first guest Gracie Jeffers is secretly an alien bug humanoid thing that was sent by her home planet, Galactus X9, as a spy to figure out which race of species on different planets produces the best biohazard suit, but she has forgotten her mission because she fell in love / started getting addicted to Animal Crossing.
I'm legally obligated to answer false.
Damn it! I thought I knew. I thought I had him. God. Okay.
For legal reasons, I have to say false.
Damn it! Shit. Okay. Well, I'll ask you the other question anyways.
Oh, great.
Because it's related more to your super fandom and everything. To really put you to the test. Why is Preston known as the hostess with the most holes?
I mean, I guess maybe y'all spent some time, doing a whole body inspection, and you just did a whole good accounting of all of the holes, and it turns out that he has more than the average person.
You said you were a medical doctor.
I didn't say that.
Then what was that physical for?
Oh, good. The real answer is it goes back to episode 4 when we did Remains of Edith Finch, when Preston did his first episode hosting, and when she actually messed up saying "I'm your host," he goes, "I'm your host. I'm your hostess with the most holes." That's right. That's right. Only I know that.
Not what I heard.
You know what? For legal reasons, we can't talk about that one either.
That was the first and last one I hosted.
That's not true. You did the Liza P one.
Well, yeah.
I was not gonna make sure of
Yeah.
us. It was still fun.
So I guess I'm gonna get demoted from superfan. I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. You can make it up by pitching us some merch ideas.
Yeah, I usually just listen to the podcast while I draw fan pictures, and sometimes I get distracted and I just zone out, and that's on me.
So, anywho, this is Superfan Sam's Super Merch Hour, a brand new segment brought to you by Superfan Sam.
So, I wanted to bring you guys some ideas. I think that we have, can I say we? Excuse me.
Sure.
I don't want to be presumptive.
Sure.
I know I might.
We'll cut that out.
I think that every podcast, if you want to make some money, I know that y'all are rolling in it because of Preston's mom,
right,
and now because of my $2.50.
Yep.
But I thought maybe we could introduce some merch ideas. Okay. So I've actually brought some test ideas,
some mock-ups.
Mock-ups. I like it.
So yeah, well, they're definitely loose. So
what the hell? That kind of look cool.
What?
Cool. I'm starting with mine. Wait, that one's Preston's.
Just a bunch of words.
It turns out it's just a bunch of words. Well, I did think maybe y'all could introduce like a mascot or something like that, but I'll leave that up to the artists. This one's for me.
For listeners, he's putting it on the shirt right now.
Excuse me.
We'll read out what it says.
Yeah, it's more of a visual gag. I apologize. I'm bringing that Carrot Top energy to today's episode. So do y'all want to read that for me?
I got featured on the Uncultured Gaming podcast, and all I got was this shirt. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
He had to bring his own shirt.
Yeah. So, I think that, every time y'all bring a guest on, y'all could maybe sell them one of these.
Oh, shit. Sell them? We don't get
that's right. You got to figure out where that revenue is coming from.
Are you getting royalties from this?
Yes, 100%. Yeah,
100% royalties?
Yeah. From I probably shouldn't say that.
Yeah, we can't do that. Okay,
all right.
What other ideas?
We'll go to. Let's see. I've got one for each of y'all. I'm not going to say your sizes out loud because I know some of us are self-conscious.
I'll say it out loud for everybody.
This one is the. I believe this is Preston's shirt. Preston's got a classy
It's got
energy.
a pocket.
So
pocket.
I got him a front pocket T-shirt. I thought that would be.
That is got a little frocket.
So from the front, it's pretty classy. Yeah, it's got
Got
good
dunk on him.
sewing on the side, and then I'm gonna let y'all read that.
Oh, that's sick.
I came to drink beer and spread democracy, and I'm all out of beer.
Oh, hell yeah. That's a sick shirt.
There you go, Preston.
Thank you.
God.
So just Venmo me, like $20.75 whenever you get the
$20.75.
chance. And that is $2,075.
This is,
And Will, this is yours. Oh, excuse me, it's just a front shirt.
Uncultured Gaming. We can't be canceled. Hell yeah.
And I thought this one, I tried to bring in that cool punk text, because I think that maybe if y'all work that angle with just the cool, edgy, on the edges, fringes of society.
Yeah.
I think, there's a market for that.
Okay. Well,
So
this is sick.
Get that fist out of here.
This is better. Oh, he didn't get. He got good brand.
And so
Extra small. That's me.
Yeah. And then it's
medium.
not just T-shirts. I know that's a typical angle, and I'm sure that more.
Yeah, more merch.
No, I have some
fuck.
concepts. I got some concepts.
Okay.
I think my best one is maybe y'all had Preston take a bath. Y'all could sell that bath water. Just yeah.
Well, I don't like
Little
sharing Preston's bathwater, but if we can mark it up for outrageous price, I think I'm into that. Yeah.
put it in a mason jar. It'd be really artisanal. I think that could be a good
Yeah,
angle.
absolutely.
Okay.
And then I think that with your market, it's a gaming podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We're really into premium skins and things like that. So I thought maybe we could put y'all in some kind of scanner, and then just put your skins over a Fortnite body
Hell
potentially.
yeah! Get in touch with Epic Games, or do you have a meeting set up with them or anything like that?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, so
That's on y'all.
Oh.
I'm just charging for the ideas.
Oh.
That's not my job.
Oh, okay.
We got to keep them on retainer.
Yeah. So and then I thought that maybe y'all could sell pins, stickers, things like that for achievements. Gamers love achievements. So
Gotta collect them all.
I have one concept where you could say they listen to the whole episode without looking at their phone.
I'm texting Super Wife Alley right now.
Wow.
Super Wi-Fi.
It's needed. It's needed.
Concepts like that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I also had an idea for a T-shirt. It was like a pocket, no word. Well, no, it could have had words, but because we have Silly Goose Gaming and everything, I thought we could have a little pocket with a little goose head popping up.
Could be good.
And then you flip the pocket, and it's a goose playing games.
Could be good. If I had a Sharpie, I could adjust Preston's shirt right now. But
I'm just saying, I think that'd be a good. I'd sell.
Yeah.
I was thinking like a green.
I have a Sharpie. You want a Sharpie?
A green, a black shirt, maybe
I'll-
red.
Yeah. So let's make it happen. Give me that Sharpie. I can't hear you.
Preston, come back. We got a podcast to do. Come back. Where you going?
I have a bad pen.
Okay.
I'll write it down.
This has quickly gone off the rails, like Super First Guest Gracie's episode. I love how I call people super fans or super. I just put super. That's perfect for this episode. For Super Earth, I have super fan Sam.
That's right. That's right.
I have super hostess with most holes, Preston. I got
Super lame co-host.
and then I'm just. You know what? We need to put you. This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. It's not. Brought to you by BetterHelp.
You're gonna need it after this.
But anywho, listen, we've been talking a whole bunch. I'm very thirsty right now. So it's time to crack our bad boys open and get into Tipsy Trap. Fucking worst. God, is the absolute worst. That 250 was Preston's salary. Gone.
Gone.
I had to use it for the LinkedIn ad I'm about to post. No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to you.
I think everybody will want Sam to be the new co-host.
Are you replacing me?
That's what I'm vying for. I'm trying to.
That's what
There can only be one.
I see how you took Preston's. You bought space on this podcast. Well, this is my last episode, everybody. So let's make it a good one and get canceled. All right.
We can't be canceled.
But anywho, Sam's gonna be working on that. So
I'm ready. No,
okay,
go ahead.
you're ready.
Yeah.
So we got two. Anywho, everyone knows the rules. We're gonna pop the tops. Welcome to your first top popping.
Double fisted. Y'all ready for this?
Oh God. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Jeez. Suck.
He committed to the pour on the mic.
Did it get on the mic? Okay, you didn't get on the good parts. I love this. I love the video part of this. This is gonna be wow.
This is going off
super
the
fresh
rails.
guest Gracie. This is. You have a lot of stuff to make up for the next time you come on.
I'll just use my sweater.
The text that Superfan Sam sent me after that was phenomenal. Oh, you were on that. Gracie, you rude bitch.
It made my keyboard
Man, I
sticky.
already got all the giggles from
My
this.
N stopped working.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I use my N all the time.
For
Words like then, next, things like that.
We don't have time, so you can go down.
Sorry.
You can go down a long rabbit hole. So before we get started,
New.
like new guest. First, let's go around the room. Let's talk about. I'll go last. Preston, you go first because I feel like you went last time. I don't want you to feel left out.
Oh,
so
thanks.
Preston, please tell me what you're drinking today.
I have the Kentucky.
Holsis Mosul is now Kentucky.
Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale. It is 8.2% alcohol. And where is it from? It was aged in bourbon barrels. So that seems interesting.
Who brewed it? Kentucky.
The state of Kentucky.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I should have actually looked at who did this.
You got
before.
time. We can go to Superfan Sam. He's got,
Lexington Brewing and Distillery Company.
So
in
Kentucky.
Lexington, Kentucky.
Okay, so we're partly right. All right, Sam. What are you first drinking?
So the name is The Best Day Brewing Kolsch Style, non-alcoholic, born in Northern...
Hell yeah, non-alcoholic beer review. Let's go.
Yeah! I don't actually know what a Kolsch is. Are either of y'all cultured enough to know? I guess it is the uncultured
We'll ask Super... Oh, you're taking a sip already. Wow. No, he just doesn't even listen to the rules. What kind of fan is this? We'll ask Super Wife Allie when she makes the call in for the wife review because she used to work at a brewery.
And then I also have, because I saw it at Walmart,
Nice.
I thought that was a non-alcoholic beer for some reason.
Nitro Pepsi.
That sounds really good.
Smooth, creamy, and easy to drink. And it has a little pellet of nitrogen in the bottom to make it bubbly.
Oh, interesting.
Like a
It
Guinness.
we got a nice little pour over. that you-
Literally poured over the mic.
Oh, and that is smooth.
Do you want to give a rating for that? 'Cause it's not really beer.
It's worse than Coke.
Oh.
We need to see the
While Preston's going to do whatever Preston's doing, he's gone rogue. I am drinking from Avondale Brewing, which is located in Birmingham, Alabama. I believe it's called General Admission. This is a fun can. The reason why I got this because first off, it's a light lager according to them. But if you feel the can's got like this matte finish. Here, feel that Superfan Sam. Ooh. And it also looks like a ticket, so that's pretty cool for all those visual. Hey, before you go somewhere, you're gonna feel that real quick. It's matte finish.
Oh, cool.
It's good texture. I really like that.
So let's get a pour of the nitro into the.
Oh,
glass.
you want a
I thought you were
visual?
going to Guinness at first.
Hopefully, I'm better than Hillary Clinton. We'll see how it goes.
I'm just here
You gotta
chilling
pour
in Cedar
hard.
Rapids.
Pour hard.
That's gotta be great audio. That
If
has
you guys
to
would
be.
quit talking over it.
Don't you guys? Look at those bubbles.
Okay.
I feel like you're at the movie with Gwyneth Paltrow.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna get my first sip.
Ooh, that's good. Oh, I like that a lot.
Got a lot to think about with this. So you go first.
That is surprisingly sweet. I don't know how much bourbon it tastes like. That's delicious, though. Kentucky Irish Red Ale aged in bourbon barrels. I like a red ale, so that all makes sense. This is we're into the nines on this one.
We're nines.
We're nines.
Shit, and I feel like we've given out a lot of nines lately. I feel like
I've given out a lot of eights.
I haven't given out a lot. I've given out 2 nines maybe. Superfan Sam, you can check that later. That's exactly. Wait, is it the pocket?
What did we want on the inside? I think it might bleed through. Unfortunately.
Okay, don't do it. Don't. We'll worry about it later. That's good. That's
Here's your shirt.
that's
Thank you
amazing.
for my shirt.
Yeah, you got the pocket. I'm already jealous. Whatever. Remember, can't be canceled.
You got the cool font.
Yeah. But all right. So now we'll go to Superfan Sam.
I've had a couple sips already.
Okay.
It's kind of it's got a good like brown color to it. Kind of tastes a little lagery, but as far as like non-alcoholics are concerned, I think it beats a Heineken. I think it beats a Busch by miles. Mm-hmm. So I'd give it a solid like 8.73.
Oh, 8.73 going through double digits in behind the percentiles. It's 100.
You have to be specific.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so I'm gonna give mine, and we'll call Super Wife Allie. This is tough. I want to give a decent review, but I also need to be honest. I think this is going to be like I'm going to go 6.9 for this.
No.
Yeah, it's just because I try to it reminds me a lot of like Miller Lite, which, Beer of the Cowboys, fantastic little, that's a Pilsner, that's not even a lager. But this tastes like a Miller Lite, but it has a little bit of a fruity taste to it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it.
You pay for those low calories.
Yeah. No, it's a 4.2% beer, so I'll take that. 100 calories as well. If you're looking to find a low-cal beer.
That's an all-day beer right there.
4 grams of carbs, too. That's perfect. I mean...
I saw 1.1 grams of protein, too, so, if you could go drink a couple beers and then go, blast some packs.
Absolutely. But, super easy to drink. So that's really, why it's 6.9, super easy and everything. But just, it's not hitting it for me. But it'd be like a good summer beer. Like, if you wanted to go out on the boat, but you didn't want to look like a plain bitch drinking Natty Light or anything like that, I get you a general admission. Get you a general admission. I think that'd be good.
Well, I need to get my rating. And this is also considering this thing expired in December.
I didn't know. Did you just get this, or has it just been chilling in your fridge?
No, I just got this yesterday.
And they
Come on, Star Market.
Wow.
God.
I need to start checking expiration dates.
All right, let's get Super Wife Allie on the phone.
9.3.
9.3.
Expired.
Damn, imagine if it wasn't expired.
I'm still going to drink it.
Hello.
Hello, Super Wife Allie. You're on the Uncultured Gaming Podcast. How are you doing today?
See, we're doing good.
Okay, good.
Don't hang up on Daddy. No, don't hang up on Daddy. No.
I see we have Super Baby Wyatt on the line as well. That's good. He can't. But our fans are wanting to know, what is your rating of the General Admission beer from Avondale Brewing?
Oh boy, I gave it a 6.8.
Oh,
damn! I gave it a 6.9.
Nice.
I'm not a fan of it. It's not that good.
That's what I was saying. I feel like it'd be good. It tastes like a Miller Lite, but a little bit different. You know what I mean?
If you want to pay for twice the cost of a Miller Lite.
Yeah, if you want to pay twice the cost, you don't look like a basic bitch on the boat during the summer.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
That's what a koozie's for. You just kind of write it.
Yeah. That's true. All right, well, thank you, Super Wife Allie. We always appreciate your support for this podcast.
I'm a huge fan.
Superfan Sam also says he's a huge fan of you.
Oh, thanks.
Okay. Well, I love you. Bye-bye.
Okay, love you too.
Okay, I was making sure she said I love you back.
Okay. Say it back. I think I'm going to go return these back to... That's not okay to sell expired beer.
You tell me. Do you want a Nitro Pepsi vanilla?
I have a Guinness that I have never...
Go get you a Guinness. Because we have our second ad read coming up. Today's episode is also sponsored by Seventh Heaven. No, not the hit 2000 show about the Christian family. I'm talking about the famous bar, Seventh Heaven, located in Midgar. What's wrong, listener? Shinra got you down? The worry of fiends, or even the impending doom from Sephiroth worry you? Or just living in the slums of Midgar? Well, have no fear. Tifa Lockhart and her famous cocktails at Seventh Heaven are exactly what you need to survive the tectonic plate falling on your head in Sector 7.
Oh, what is falling on you?
That's right. At the end of the day, there's nothing more relaxing than coming to the best hole-in-the-wall bar with the best bartender in Midgar. Take shots, eat food, and play some funky tunes on the jukebox, but don't forget to play a game of darts. And if you stay long enough to make it to last call, then the bar turns into a super secret headquarters for the terrorist group Avalanche.
Wait, I think they said not to say that.
But don't take it from me. Here are some of the latest reviews. Seventh Heaven is the best bar in the slums, and that's saying something, Kyle240 said.
I love the pizza. Pair it with Tifa's signature cocktail, the Cosmo Canyon.
That came from Julia45. And I come for the atmosphere. And by atmosphere, I mean Miss Tifa. Tifa, please marry me. I can take you away from here. That's from, oh, wow. That's from Anti-Fan TJ 4696969. I don't know how Anti-Fan TJ made this ad read, but can't forget the fact that you live in the worst place in Midgar while under the totalitarian regime of Shinra Electric Corporation and enjoy a good cocktail made by the best by the best. Use secret code phrase UNCLEGAM to get 0.05% off your next drink. Gotta respect that. Thank you, Seventh Heaven, for sponsoring this. Thank you, Sam, for paying for the ad space for them to.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate
You're welcome. Y'all better put that 69 cents to good use.
But anywho, we have our newest segment. That's right, we're rocking the fuels once again with a new segment. This is called Letters from the Land of In Between. I once again fucked up that name. It's Letters of the Land In Between. From Elden Ring.
Not a real fan.
Whatever. Preston's the one that's hard up on Elden Ring, aren't you, buddy?
Oh, yeah. See, they got the nitrous too.
Yeah, that's what Guinness is known for. Preston's got his Guinness out.
I know, and I've never had a Guinness, but
I think Pepsi did it first.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Pepsi did it first.
So I think you have to pour it hard.
Preston, why are you going to the bathroom?
It really sounds like he's pissing right now. And you get to watch. It's fun. It's fun to watch. Right. Preston's never had a Guinness, everyone, but since it's just St. Patrick's Day, this is the perfect time for him to try it. Oh, God, his engineering brain is just going crazy right now.
The nitrogen goes down instead of the carbonation going up.
But anywho, we have a little bit of fan mail from the land of Land In Between. Jesus. My good friend Austin is currently making his way downtown trying to become the Elden Lord. God, I've had one beer. I'm already fucked up.
Too much coffee.
I felt like it would only be necessary for him to share his experience so we can all become Elden Lords ourselves one day. So he sends a fun little letter dating March 18th, 2023. Interesting. That was last year when really it should be 2024. I think he's been hit in the head or died a few too many times. Dearest Uncultured Gaming Brothers, I hope this parcel reaches you well. I've come to announce the campaign was successful. Margot the False King is no more. I bested him in a game of wits and fisticuffs. His people shall no longer bear witness to his unsightliness. Is Margot ugly? I don't know what he looks like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
He's got like 70 horns on his face.
Yeah.
That's hot. I'm into that. I share even greater news that I am now the King of Avondale. Is that how you pronounce it? Mm-hmm. Okay. The citizens do not know it yet, but I'm sure they will come around once they see all 4 of my great runes from previous campaigns. That's sick brag, Austin. I respect it. Lastly, spirits are high as I am now level 100. Weird thing to say. Weird thing to say in a letter. I don't know.
It's pretty kind of a sick brag.
Yeah,
it's impressive.
I'm level 40 because I quit Elden Ring. I didn't want to become.
Yeah, the fact that you don't know what Margaret looks like is not a good sign for you.
No.
He's like the first boss.
Wait, no, that's true.
To be fair,
they
name them all very similarly. It is a little confusing.
That's fair.
But after our time in Caelid and the loss of sweet, beautiful, sweet Ranny, I worried our journey would never reach its final destination. Like the movie. However, killing countless cold, heartless bastards gave me the motivation to continue on. With much love, brothers, I bid thee till next time. Please send word to the Golden Table that I need reinforcements. If not, I will surely be here for another 20 years. That makes sense. 20 eons, excuse me. Yours, Austin, King of Landale. Why would he include that? Anyway, thank you, Austin, for your lovely status update. I hope the land of in between. Damn it! Damn it! I'm done. Segment's over.
Thanks for coming, Will.
God.
Great having you.
I hope you become Elden Lord one day, and then we can go and do stuff. But anywho, now that we've kind of got all that under our belt, we got a little bit of beer in us and everything, non-alcoholic beer, or some nitro Pepsi and some nitro beer.
My blood sugar's through the roof.
Oh God! I think it's time we get to our fan favorite thing, the question of the day. Let me bring it up because I was actually not prepared.
Has anybody said this is their favorite part of the podcast?
I've said it's my favorite part, so everyone's going to go. We're back. Slight difficulties. Preston also tried his Guinness, so Preston, you want to give me what do you rate your Guinness?
It is not what I thought it would be. I know that's going to offend a lot of people, but it tastes really flat. I poured it hard, but Sam corrected me, said it's supposed to be smooth.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's how it pours on like draft, anyways. Like,
really,
it's not a highly carbonated beverage.
It's better to get draft than it would be.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can see how it could maybe not bloat you as much. You could probably get a lot more in you. I don't know. I'm gonna go 6 right now.
Damn, hot take. That's a hot take.
I mean, but it might be an acquired taste. But right now, it's just.
Well, you
Nation of Ireland's gonna come.
You just need an Irish car bomb.
I know. I need to go to Ireland and get a actual Guinness. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like all right, let's take a little quick break.
We don't have time for that, Preston. We gotta get to our question of the day.
You guys do have another $2.50.
Let's spin that motherfucking wheel. Preston doesn't have to do the voice this time.
Look at you.
Is there a game that you regret never beating, and why did you not beat it?
Never beating. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Come back to me. I don't know.
Come back to you.
I regret. I think we're on the topic Elden Ring, and I'm going to mispronounce it. It's Sekiro.
Yeah.
Thank you. Both extremely challenging games. I feel like it would eat up a good significant portion of your actual life
Insanity.
in order to beat. And I feel like as I'm getting older, it's harder to beat games that are north of like 100 hours.
Yep.
Especially ones where you're getting your ass kicked by the same boss over and over again.
Yep.
I think I probably made it halfway through Elden Ring, and then Sekiro, I think maybe like 2 bosses. Like not even.
I didn't get that far in Sekiro.
But every single time anyone brings up either of those games, I think all of my friends like to remind me that I haven't beaten those games. And
are you talking about anti-fan TJ?
Yeah, he says get good pretty much every single time. And he says skill issue, things along those lines. And I think that one day, maybe in the retirement home when I'm done with my working life, I'll get back to those two.
He's gonna boot up the PlayStation and die immediately.
Yeah.
I have all the time. Well, so I was originally gonna say Elden Ring, but I'm like, nah, I'll get to it one day. I also don't regret it because I got bored. I like having direction. Open world games are hard for me. Being this time, like you said, like I don't have a lot of time to spend on a 100-hour game. One game I probably will say I do regret not beating because I beat the first one. The new Horizons, was it Forbidden Frontiers? I do regret that. 'Cause that one,
Forbidden Wild.
Forbidden Wild. That one it's not a bad game. It's not a bad game, but I think like that's also a game where like it gives you multiple dialogue options, and I can't go and like just kind of skip through that. I have to listen to all the dialogue. I got bored, and I was like, I don't want to listen to all this. And so I just never picked it up. I have no issues with the game, but I wish I paid $30 for it, but I wish I got my money's worth. Also, I'll throw in The Witcher 3 as well. I spent $5 for that one. And I just never went back to it for no reason. Yeah.
Interesting. The Forbidden Wild. I started playing that and I never finished it. It was good if you really like the first one. Then it's more of the same. And that might be a hot take. It's just kind of more of the same, and I just kind of got bored of it. So I got like halfway through.
That's fair.
I gave it at least a third to a halfway through, and I was just like, that's not really for me.
I only made it through like a fourth of the first one. Is that Forbidden West, right?
No, that's
excuse me. Sorry.
No, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Horizon Zero Dawn, yeah. New Horizons is Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
I feel like Witcher 3 too is like the game model hasn't aged quite as well as other games. Like going back to that versus like the current generation, it feels a little like stale.
Yeah, and like
hot take maybe, but
I will say it's a little bit of a hot take because people say The Witcher 3 is like it was voted the best game of like the 2010s.
I think it wins a lot of like on those lists.
And if you talk to anybody that's ever beaten it, I don't think I've ever heard someone say, "Oh yeah, it sucks." I think there's so much level of detail in it that I'm overwhelmed by it.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of people are just like it's very good. Like I've beaten it, and like I think people kind of overblow it. Like it's like people like expect like this grand masterpiece, but I mean it's a solid game with solid foundation. It's not buggy. You can get a lot of hours into it, but then like people may expect too much when they play it, and so like it's the greatest of all time, and then like there's like kind of let down when it's just like an 8.
That's fair. So the community is just the worst part about that game. They hype it up for everybody.
So
bastards.
So I don't ever regret not finishing the game. Like because if there's a game I want to play, I'm going to play it.
Yeah.
But one that I wish I could get into is probably the Final Fantasy series, like the more turn-based stuff.
Yeah.
So like the original Final Fantasy X, like I remember always really liking like the graphics and the story, but then like I just couldn't get behind the turn-based. Just me. I like Pokemon, but I only did the first gen. I only did first gen.
Yeah.
But then outside of I just can't for some reason I just can't get into Final Fantasy.
I can understand that. I feel like with all of the systems that like they run now, like turn-based feels like it came out of like the 90s, like early game development, and they haven't been able to like innovate it in a way that like feels as exciting as like other game. Like the fact that you can go like play Witcher 3 in like a huge open world versus one where you're doing a battle where you click option A or B over and over again.
Right.
And so I'm with y'all on that because I'm turned off by the idea of like turn-based. And sometimes like if I want like a cozy game, obviously turn-based is not that sloth thinking, and I have minimal cognitive resources to put towards that. But I like the idea of like, I can go and like play some on my phone, use a remote play. Like I want to go back to the first Final Fantasy VII. But I think but also I'm like, it's a lot of work to do turn-based. But I do think that turn-based can work for certain games, like obviously like World of Warcraft. That's not my thing. But if it is your thing, good for you. But I also think like one game that I would recommend to anybody that's a turn-based RPG is South Park: The Fractured But Whole.
Yeah.
That one's a.
You said that correctly though. Make sure they don't misunderstand the title.
Yeah, that was my first introduction to it, and they compare it to the Stick of Truth. Stick of Truth is more of a traditional like turn-based this and that, while the Fractured Butthole is where you can move around.
There you go. That was a little bit.
That's a little better.
You can move around and everything, like do a little bit more strategy. I really enjoyed that one. So I think like depending on what type of like content you're looking for, I think the turn-based can work. It just kind of like it's a hit or miss. That's why you see like Square Enix going towards this different shift away from Final Fantasy. Like it started with 15 to the more open world.
Even with like Pokemon, where it's like Arceus, where they're like you're breaking it out to where it's not just like the same fight over and over again.
And people say like Pokemon needs to do something new. It's like what can you expect from that other than like they had the one Pokemon fighting game where it's like literally a fighting game, but it's like you still have to have that classical element with it. It's kind of hard. I feel like it's hard for them to break that shell and go to anything else.
I feel like it's always going to be a turn-based kind of like franchise.
Yeah.
I am a big fan of like Fire Emblem and like those like the top down like I forget what the specific
real-time strategy game.
It's more like top down like battle strategy games.
Okay.
Well, it's got the squares and all that. Kind of like one South Park.
XCOM's kind of close to that. Like, where it's like, it's a little bit, it is turn-based, but it's like, you introduce different mechanics instead of like, picking a spell off of a menu. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Good discussion.
This is the first time ever. Can you believe that?
Right. I know. We've never talked about actual games before.
Last time we had Gracie talking about how she doesn't take care of her Nintendo dogs, and they're all just in a room full of shit dying. Yeah. Never forget that. Take care of your Nintendo dogs.
That's right. When was the last time you fed her?
Poor Tamagotchis too.
But anyways, like everything, talking about the question of the day, I almost said Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune also needs to end. It's the same thing over and over again. It's time to gossip, Sam.
Shit.
Are you aware of Preston's WAP?
I am.
Do you know what it is?
I don't want to talk about it.
Preston, share. I don't have time for that. Anywho, boys.
First of all, it's not my WAP. It's our WAP.
Don't bring this in.
It's
Don't bring
our
this in.
WAP.
You sick freak. Why would you do this to me? We're going to cancel. I don't know. You're
WAP is
Can't be canceled. Can't be canceled.
Can't be canceled.
WAP is what we're known as. Wil and Preston.
I'm not happy about it either. I know. Yeah. You should have known that.
Superfan
Sam.
0 for 2.
I'm learning a lot about Superfan Sam.
I know.
Maybe it's just Fan Sam.
I mean, are we going to be downgraded a little bit?
Just turns out I just really like appearing as a guest on podcasts.
I just like how
I just fake it until I finally get on and
mix a shirt, 3 shirts, yeah. But anywho, boys, what do you got for me today? Let's go first.
Oh, there's a Dragon's Dogma 2 is actually charging for things like the ability to fast travel.
Yeah.
You got to pay $3 to fast travel in the game.
Fucking ridiculous.
You have to. They've been putting a lot of microtransactions behind, or a lot of basic functions of the video game behind a paywall.
And see what's crazy about that? Because I heard that all these functions that you can pay for through microtransactions, that was available in like the pre-order package and everything. That's still insane to me to do like simple basic features like.
So I don't know that I think it is. It's not every fast travel location, but I think it's like a certain amount. Like if you like, there's more spaced out unless you pay for the premium fast travel, which I mean it's still bullshit.
Yeah,
absolutely. But it's not like it's locked out.
So you're saying there's more to it than just the clickbait title?
I still think it's annoying as hell. It's like there's no way that they're like dying for money that bad that they need to like get the extra money on top of like what was it, a $60 game already? Like you can't charge a full price and then not release the full game.
I think it's it goes back to the whole like DLC discussion too. Like you buy a season pass for Antef and TJ, and you just like it's like people make the argument that DLC is essentially like they're adding stuff to the unfinished game, which like. Agree to a certain extent, unless it's like meaningful, like it's side story stuff.
There's
like,
different ways to implement.
I mean, like Elden Ring DLC is like it's gonna be a whole other game.
Yeah. But
and it's released like much later as opposed to like at release.
Yeah, like you have planned DLC from the beginning. It's like here's your main base game, and then here's the DLC that's immediately available.
Yeah, one game that comes to mind, not to derail us from talking about microtransactions, was the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC, Remind. The entire it's like essentially it's when Sora leaves the group to go look for Kairi and everything. If you don't know what Kingdom Hearts is, I'm not going through the entire lore. It's just, we do not have enough time. That's another episode. But essentially, it's like the events after he leaves like the group to go search for Kairi. It's this whole another battle sequence, and he's by far way superior to what the actual ending was. And I'm like, they could have done this. This was I wasted $30 for this to get something it was like 2 hours. I spent 2 hours on it. And there's additional stuff you can do, like additional bosses and whatever. But like I did it for the story, and it's like this could have been included a long time ago. Like this, be better. Square Enix, Square Enix and Disney and the bastards.
I think it's interesting too when it's like you have games coming out like Baldur's Gate 3 where the developers are like vocal about believing in releasing a game like completed at release for the price that it's you're charging, as opposed to like this thing where it's like we just like nickel and dime you with little things here and there, and it's just. I don't understand how both of those things can coexist in the same market. But, I mean, I think that rightfully they're getting annihilated on Steam right now.
Mostly negative.
It's frustrating because it feels like it looks like, from the videos that I saw on YouTube, it looked like a compelling game, like a fun mix of like an open world RPG and like some Monster Hunter in there just for kicks and giggles. It's just... I feel bad for the developers that probably aren't on board with something like that.
Yeah, they put a lot of their heart and soul into it, but then the higher ups are just like,
Yeah.
We're going to charge to fast travel.
Like, I read also that the developer who made that game, or like, sorry, the lead designer, he's like, in his perspective, games shouldn't have fast travel because it's like you're supposed to experience the world like as you move through it. And then it's funny, and it's like, well, no, we're just going to charge you $3.
That'll deter people from wanting to do the fast travel. That makes sense. Yeah.
Well, it depends on the game. There can be an argument made to not fast travel, but it highly depends on the map. Yeah. Like if it's like, like I said, it just kind of depends on the map. How easy is it to?
Yeah, I'll even say that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Love the game, by the way. That's my plug in for today. Sorry, ad read. That map is fucking-enormous. And like I remember I got to the second region. I'm like, oh, okay, let's see if you have to do a special mission to unlock the fast travel, which is like, okay, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. But like to go back to the other region, I would have to go back through this long section. I don't think it was long. I'd probably create a shortcut, but it's just like not worth it. You can pop it whenever you want.
All right,
excellent. That's right. But like it's moments like that. I was like, I don't want to go back and go do all the other stuff. I have to like travel for that. Like, fast travel wasn't in there. I'm like, well, this fucking sucks. I'm just gonna have to power through each region and then go to the next section. But then I think I like stuff like Skyrim. Skyrim definitely is a fast travel. But then Horizon Zero Dawn, that was a game I chose not to fast travel for because one, they made a feature in there where it forces you to have the resources to be able to fast travel. But there's also like a lot of the resources in the environment are needed for your ammo and your upgrading weapons and everything. So it makes more sense to travel rather than fast travel.
I'm thinking of like Red Dead 2, where it's like, there's these fun side quests that these developers clearly spend a lot of time on. It's like not necessarily critical to like the main game, but it's like if you're spending your time jumping from one place to the other, you might miss some of the open world parts.
That's a really good point because like Red Dead 2... They have kind of a pseudo fast travel where if you put it into like the dynamic tracking mode while you're on the horse will just follow your waypoint. And it's like you're still there. You still got to pay attention, but like you don't have to actively steer. But then a lot of the fun of Red Dead 2 is that you just the random encounters that you find along the way.
Yeah.
So that is a very good argument about like not having the explicit fast. But you can like you can hire a coach to like take you there immediately, but it costs money.
You needed a coach to help you beat that game? That's kind of embarrassing.
Help me, Arthur. But then like you can also if you're in your camp, then you can fast travel from your camp to anywhere. So I think that's a well implemented fast travel.
Or it's like I was thinking like Tears of the Kingdom, like those open world games where they do try to like fill the map to where there's not like open spaces. There's still fast travel in Tears of the Kingdom, but sometimes it feels like almost like game design by like spreadsheet, to where it's like they're just like implementing one thing and then just putting like the same model, like where they
game design by spreadsheet.
Where you like the guy that has the sign, and it's like after the 17th time of doing that,
That's
you're like, okay,
point.
maybe I don't really need to do this.
I got tired of doing that thing. I was like, I'm sick of this.
Yeah, where it was like you're like, and they do it in Elden Ring with those the dungeons with the gargoyles, like where it's like it's the
Mad
same
Dog.
and the same enemies and the same like map design, or not the same map, but like all of the textures,
Same elements.
Well,
Yeah.
there's like if there's they have a certain like kind of goes back to like the gameplay loop. If the main gameplay loop is fun, like then just repeating it is not necessarily bad. But if you have a bad gameplay loop, then like just kind of doing the annoying mission over and over again,
It's filler.
But then but like at a certain point they just kind of wanted to give you more game to like go through, because like I said, if the gameplay loop is fun, then it's not that big a deal, in my opinion. Some people may have hated that Elden Ring had, a lot of dungeons with repeat bosses, but you don't have to do those.
That's fair. Yeah.
Like those are optional bosses where if you don't want to do it, then you don't. But if you want to go back because like I've been like in like the Soulsborne stuff, like I really like that boss. Like that was such a fun. I wish I could repeat it.
Yeah.
But you have to do a whole nother. But sometimes if it's a really good boss, then I really don't mind playing it again.
Yeah. So if you like,
for me, I didn't mind that at all.
If you like the loop, then you're like, hell yeah, give me more of that.
Give me more, and that's what I think that was the point of that aspect of it. Is like, a lot of people, they want us to do more, so here's the same boss over again with a little bit of a twist.
And some of us are little babies that are bad at the game, and so we have to grind and we have to beat the easy boss over and over again, so that we can beat Margit for the first time.
Or you just turn the PlayStation off and
Yeah.
just move on with your life. Yeah. Me. Deleted it off my... Okay.
It's not that I'm bad at this game, it's that it's boring. That's exactly what it is.
Or maybe we're looking for other games like Hi-Fi Rush.
Oh, what a
good
transition.
segue.
Oh my god.
I'm on it.
So I did see this, and I think it's kind of the culmination of some of those things that were going around. Was that last month when they were talking like, oh my god, there's not going to be Xboxes in the future.
Yeah.
And so I think that Hi-Fi Rush is a game that it's like, do y'all ever get on like Open Critic or Metacritic and just like sort by like top, and it's like I kept seeing like Hi-Fi Rush. It's like, let me get that kid in that game.
Last year it seemed like if you listen to Kind of Funny, they were super into it. So that's why I was like, ooh, my interest is really high because it was shadow dropped by Xbox during their developer showcase. And it's just like, everyone's like, oh, this looks interesting. And it just blew people away through the graphics and how fun it is. Because it's like a rhythm-based game, but it's also an action game.
Right.
And I'm like, really interested in that.
It reminded me of like the early God of War, like button mashing stuff.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
then like an aspect of like rhythm stuff, which I'm terrible at because, I'm a white boy who can't do it.
White boy who can't jump.
But no, like, I was excited when I heard the news that was coming to PlayStation. Like, they had announced it last month, but I was like, we know it's coming. Like, don't play with us. And the fact that it's now out now on PS5, it's like, finally. I think it'll be a good Switch game, too.
It's out now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's good because I've been looking for I'm knee deep in Final Fantasy VII stuff. So maybe after I'm done with that, I'll get into Hi-Fi Rush. But
I actually didn't read enough about it to know if it's got like a significant plot or if it's more of like a pick up and play. Like from the videos that it looked like a couple like pickup modes where you just like you go through a couple battles, like a boss battle, where it's like like I'm sure they built a world around it, but it's not like you need to know exactly who everybody is.
And this, I mean, what I'm about to ask is going to be like a rehash of probably what we did in a previous episode because when we talked about Xbox and everything. I got like, it's a good business idea because it is an Xbox exclusive at the time it was. But I think it's kind of like marking the downfall, not really downfall, but like a huge transition for Xbox where we're not going to see a lot more exclusives from them. And which feels weird to say. Because with the consoles, not bringing up the console war and everything, because that's a whole rehash thing. It's kind of, people think it's stupid at this time. I feel like you get a console because it has certain exclusives that you want to play. Like PlayStation has Spider-Man. But ignore the fact that it's on PC and everything. But it's like
PC always gets everything.
Yeah, it's lame. But when it comes from PlayStation, it's always broken. But I just feel like with Xbox, I'm like, what is their move with this? Like, are you desperate for money? I mean, only time will tell. Like what they're doing with like trying to get, like giving out these exclusives.
And it's not like it's a multiplayer where they need like a larger market or anything.
No.
You know, so I don't know. It is kind of confusing.
Yeah.
I've seen discussions as well where it's like I know you're kind of downplaying the console war aspect of it, but if you don't have someone competing with like Sony, then like Sony can just start charging you $100 a game.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The monopoly of gaming is something that I think I began worrying about when Xbox began acquiring so many companies back in 2022 or something like that, and maybe 20, it was whenever they got Bethesda. I was like, that's gonna be a monopoly, but then it's like it hasn't worked in their favor yet. They haven't released any good exclusives. I'm like the best they had was Starfield. Starfield? Like, are you kidding? Starfield? You want to talk about Starfield here? It's ridiculous.
Reviews I saw where it's like, yes,
yeah, that's it. And they compared it to a revamped Cyberpunk 2077. And it's
freaking Todd, he gets his hand on something, everybody gets excited. But,
I don't understand.
Freaking Skyrim released for the 17th time.
I'm not a big Bethesda guy.
Yeah.
I can't. It's too much.
Well, I got into Skyrim and I actually beat Skyrim last year. But
brag about it.
And it's like all right. But I had to look up.
10 years later, 14 years later. Was it 2010? When did that even come out?
Yeah. Well, I remember Skyrim is one of those games where it's like, man, I really want to play Skyrim. Then you get 20 hours into it, and you're like, man, I really don't want to play Skyrim.
The combat's pretty janky, especially going to current day games.
Well,
but Fallout though, I mean, y'all don't like Fallout?
No,
oh,
I can't.
My brother loves it. Trey loves it,
dude. Yeah, especially if you start to kind of get into the role playing aspect of it, and I think they do a good job of implementing the open world, with a good spattering of fun things to do.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I think Fallout as a series is very good. I remember playing Fallout 3, but that's when I was too afraid to play scary games. So I was like, it's too scary for me.
Scary.
Yeah, we had to go. It's very in the beginning. We had to go in the subway, and there's all the super mutants. I'm like, it's too dark. Let me get the fuck out of here.
Little bitch boy Will, about to go and get a little cramp.
Look, bring it back to the last episode. How dare you? We got video so everyone knows I abuse you.
But yeah, it's with Skyrim, I had to look up, when is it officially considered that I beat Skyrim? Because it just there's all right, this one main quest line is considered the end.
The one dragon boss, I forget what his name is right now.
Yeah, that main guy.
Not to ruin it, sorry.
Spoilers.
For 20 years.
There's dragons in Skyrim, guys.
Oh my gosh. So it's all right, I'm done then.
Yeah. It's a little too. It runs a little shallow there towards the end. I think it's fun. For me, games like that where you're building the character in your head, especially in the Souls games, you're like, oh yeah, all the possibilities, and then you start to go down that path, and you're like, oh okay, I get it. I did Elden Ring last time, and I played with the katanas, and I was all excited about my katana build, and then I got to the point where it's level 30 where you can finally implement all the things you're trying to do. I was like, oh okay, now I want to try something new.
Yeah, that's a really good point. But once you get to Regala, you can respec.
Yeah. So that's fair.
You could go back.
But then you gotta go run around and try to get all the swords from this random obscure boss. That's
At least it gives you the option, rather than Tears of the Kingdom where it breaks and you have to. Yeah.
Well, I'm very excited about Hi-Fi Rush coming to PlayStation.
Yeah, that's what we got a little topic there.
that's what it's all about.
I was about to talk about Tears of the Kingdom breaking weapons, but I know we should probably not do that.
But
we're here for 4 hours today.
I was like, let me bring us back to Earth real quick, or Super Earth, excuse me. But I hope we all learned something. We lost Preston for a good second, or maybe we didn't learn anything. It doesn't matter now because it's time for a little bit of silly goose gaming. Or right after that read.
Attention, citizens of Super Earth. Are you tired of those pesky bugs threatening your freedom? Worry those filthy terminids are about to breach containment and disrupt your democratic way of life?
Hold on a second. Are we still talking about the Helldivers?
You need a reliable exterminator. One who gets the job done. Spreading democracy one squashed bug at a time.
So basically the Helldivers, but with a slightly different marketing strategy.
Here at Super Earth Press Control, we're committed to eliminating any and all threats to your peaceful existence. Our highly trained and replaceable applicators utilize the most advanced organic and environmentally friendly interventions to make sure those terminids are singing the national anthem in no time.
Singing the national anthem? They don't even have vocal cords!
Look, citizen, when it comes to protecting Super Earth, we don't ask questions, we get results. Super Earth Pest Control is not reliable for collateral damage, friendly fire incidents, or the accidental vaporization of your neighbor's prize-winning pet scorpion. Results may vary. Democracy not guaranteed.
This is getting really dark.
Call Super Earth Pest Control today, because a bug-free Super Earth is a happy Super Earth.
Well,
Results may vary.
I'm glad we got ad space. I'm a little concerned about that last one, but it's good. We paid the money for it, so.
We did a lot of polling in the ad department, and your target audience is exactly what we're looking for.
Okay. Thank you.
I appreciate that.
God, I'm worried that Super Earth's going to blow us up. Spread democracy in my house. But anyways, did I mention City Goose Gaming? I actually meant spread the fuck out democracy, baby! All for Super Earth, do your part. The more I say it, the more fascist it really gets, honestly. But it's fun. It's fun. But that's right. Today we are talking about the Smash multiplayer hit Helldivers 2. Yes, it's not a single-player story game. No, it's not on the list. And no, we don't give a hoot and a half what your opinion is. If you don't like it, you shouldn't have liked the last episode with about freaking Animal Crossing. You did this. This is your fault. Do you feel gaslit yet? All part of the experience, baby. But before we get started, like always, let's give some background info about the game. So a little bit about Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2 is a third-person cooperative team shooter developed by Arrowhead Studios, where you and a team of 3 other people fight for freedom across a hostile galaxy. Your role as a Helldivers to wreak havoc on an alien scourge that threatens the very safety of our planet, Super Earth. You and 3 friends can spread democracy, peace, liberty using some of the coolest, biggest, and baddest weapons at your disposal. Helldivers 2 is set a century after the triumphant...
He stuttered here because he's misspelled century.
Helldivers 2 is set a century after the triumph of Super Earth, which I assume is at the events of Helldivers 1 over the cyborgs, Terminate, and Illuminate. Illuminate?
I think it's Illuminate.
It was discovered that once you kill a Terminid, their bodies produce a unique and highly valuable resource known as E710. Super Earth then decides to establish farming colonies on these types of plants in order to harvest this resource, only for it to go extremely bad and have the bugs breach containment. On top of that, you have the ever-looming threat, the automatons knocking on your fucking door as they attempt to wipe out humanity. You start your journey by going through the recruitment in what may be the funniest tutorial ever experienced in gaming, from my perspective. But a little bit about the developer. Arrowhead Studios is a Swedish video game developer that was established back in 2008. It's a relatively small company of about 100 people and was actually founded by a group of university students. Power to the nerds. To date, Arrowhead Studios has developed 5 games, including Helldivers 2, with the first ever game being Magica, winning Game of the Year at the Swedish Game Awards. And as always, shout out to Wikipedia for the cool facts, but now let's get into some fun facts. Did you know that when you die in Helldivers 2, your voice is different? It's not the game bugging out, but it's a feature that shows that when you die, you're replaced by another Helldiver fun. You're irreplaceable to Super Earth, remember that! Helldivers 2 was so successful at launch that servers were literally maxed out, leading to long wait times to get into the actual game. Arrowhead Studios eventually fixed it, much after some bitching and complaining from the community.
Mostly Will.
Mostly me. I wrote a lot of strongly worded letters. I don't know if they ever got it. Because, customs and everything. The game is currently sitting at 82% on Metacritic. Fucking forgot I was going to mention the rating. Fuck you. There's also a way to brick your account on the game. This requires you to send X amount of friend requests or give out your friend code to a crap ton of people. Doing so essentially locks you out from the game for some reason. Oh. This may have been patched though, but it was first reported by Greg Miller. Kind of funny. Another plug for Kind of Funny. I like them. They seem nice. Never meet your heroes though. So it's real. Check the tape. Check the tape, Denise. That's you. You're Denise. But anyways, with that was our facts. That's all we had. Now I'm going to give it over to Superfan Sam, who is going to give us a Superfan Sam Super Fun Game Hour.
Yeah, you use the word super a lot.
Super Earth! What's the theme of the episode?
Whereas with all the other episodes, we're just leading up to this one.
Absolutely.
The foreshadowing.
If you check like 2 episodes back, are we still good? Are we still recording? Yeah. Hell yeah! Let's go! Superfan Sam Super Fun Game Hour! Let's go! I need more beer.
Preston's got gigs for days.
I do. I got 84 gigs.
I thought you meant giggles.
He's got giggles and gigs.
He's just in the corner going.
So I thought with the we talk about video games and we talk about the ratings. If it's got above like an 80, 75, you're like, okay, maybe I'll play it. Mm-hmm. So I think in the same vein with the game show, we should talk about ratings for Helldivers 2. And so what I've done to explain the rules to you guys is I've got reviews pulled from either Steam, OpenCritic, a review site called Backlogged. I'm not sure if y'all have heard of that one. I'm a big fan because it lets you write your own reviews, and it's like you can have your little library. Or
Sam's probably the other review bombing. Most games.
It's like a video game Goodreads.
Yeah.
The uni review bomber.
If you keep it up, Will, I'm going to review bomb your podcast.
Oh,
so we can't be canceled. So the reviews are taken from either those sites or from Google Maps, and I took the reviews from businesses that I think are related to the future that Helldivers 2 presents. So that can be anything from Terminex. I got Boston Dynamics. We got Meta, Facebook's parent company. The New York Jets because their owner donated $1 million to Donald Trump. The WWE because their owner donated $1 million to Donald Trump.
Vince McMahon also sucks. Let's not forget that, what he did.
U.S. Army Strategic Defense, among others. So I will tell you the name of the company that I'm trying to get you to guess on. And so the option will be, for the warm-up, we'll go through 2 real quick, and I won't score these. So the review is either from Terminex or Helldivers 2. So
And you're keeping score?
I am keeping score, but this is just a warm-up, so no pressure.
Game rated itself?
No, excuse me. The review is for Terminex or Helldivers 2.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
I used the wrong word. Thank you. Just keep me honest. Thank you. So the review. Want to squish bugs? Join the mobile infantry today. Everyone fights, no one quits. If you don't do your job, I'll kill you myself. 5 out of 5. Terminex or Helldivers 2.
Do we need to talk? Can we press
Y'all can definitely talk. Okay. And if you get it right, you get a point.
No, fuck you. This is a game.
This is not a buzz-in. It's not a buzz.
Terminex.
I'm about to say that's Helldivers.
Yeah.
that's actually maybe. So do we need to say before? That way it's like. All right, so I'll give my answer. He gives you. Don't give a reaction, and then we'll say he's right.
So I think it's gonna be ambiguous enough to where I don't think the other person's opinion should alter yours. But would y'all prefer to do a buzz-in, or not a buzz-in, but 1, 2, 3 answer?
Nah. I'd rather I'll just give us our answers to.
Okay. Because I think it's fun to have. It's, there's not a time limit. Y'all can talk between questions and everything.
Okay. So do you want to do it together? See if we can figure it out.
Oh, you're gonna no separately. No, it's a competition.
Okay.
No, someone has to win because whoever loses, I get to replace on the podcast.
Fuck! I knew I was gonna get replaced. I knew it. I knew you get hinting at it. You paid the money for this. This is bullshit. It's my podcast.
You can still win.
Fuck it. Let's go live. Let's do it.
So to warm up number 2, is this Boston Dynamics or Helldivers 2? The review is Place of Technology. 5 out of 5.
Think of the stupid reviews from that when you go into the superstore. Is it if you look at the armor, it's okay. I think I know what it is.
Place of Technology. 5 out of 5.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. Do you want to do 1, 2, 3 or
no? Go ahead.
Boston Dynamics.
You going Boston Dynamics?
I'm going Boston Dynamics.
That is for Boston Dynamics.
Good job. That scared me so much.
Okay.
Is it getting progressively harder?
Those were the warm up ones, so those are supposed to be easy.
I got the warm up wrong. Damn it.
It's amazing how off the wall some people will get in their reviews. So
this is a review?
No,
I had to ask for clarification.
So number 3, it's annoying, completely unfair. 1 out of 5. Meta or Helldivers 2.
Oh my gosh! It's annoying and completely unfair.
It's annoying! 2 exclamation points. Completely unfair. No punctuation. 1 out of 5.
I'm gonna go. Helldivers.
I'm going to Helldivers 2 as well.
That is for Meta.
What was it in context? Just Meta in general?
There was a lot of people complaining about getting banned from Facebook. So.
It's annoying. Oh my
god. That's funny.
You get frustrated and you want to take it out on somebody.
Okay.
All right, number 4. A victim of its own success. 4 out of 5. The New York Jets or Helldivers 2?
The victim of its own success. Oh my gosh.
I already know my answer.
That's gotta be Helldivers.
That's Helldivers 2.
That's gotta.
Please be New York
That's
Jets.
gotta.
The joke being that the New York Jets suck, so they never have success. Yeah,
I was going to make that same joke. Damn it.
I was about to say the Jets don't show.
yeah, they always
success.
suck. I didn't like it at all. Sad face. 1 out of 5. New York Jets or Helldivers 2.
Well, that's New York Jets.
Oh my gosh.
Preston?
Would you do 2 Helldivers in a row?
I'm going to have to do a poker face on this. Would I do 2 in a row? I don't know.
Oh.
Am I your middle school English teacher?
We've had the answer C 5 times in a row, but they do a 6th. What was it again?
A victim of its own success. 4 out of 5.
That was last
Excuse me. I didn't like. God. I didn't like it at all. Sad face. 1 out of 5. New York Jets or Helldivers 2.
New York Jets. It's got to be New York Jets.
Helldivers.
That is Helldivers.
Fuck! I'm not getting replaced! Oh, fuck. I knew it had to be Helldivers. I knew it.
Yeah.
But no one enjoys being a New York Jets fan. You live in purgatory.
Number 6. Didn't really get into it as much as I wanted, but I can see the appeal behind it. 3 out of 5. WWE or Helldivers 2.
New York Jets.
Meta.
That's gotta be WWE.
I'm going WWE.
That is Helldivers 2.
Oh no!
Fuck! Fuck!
Are these all Helldivers?
That was 3 in a row. Just trying to get in y'all's heads right when we get open.
I'm gonna have to do Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2.
So number 7 is suck very bad. I don't like it at all. No, excuse me. Is suck very bad. Don't like it all. 1 out of 5. WWE or Helldivers 2.
Say it again.
Is suck
Is
very
suck.
bad. I don't like it all.
I'm going WWE.
1 out of 5.
WWE again.
You're messing me up with how many times you've done Helldivers in a row.
I know it would be weird if I just did all Helldivers.
I know.
to this.
Wouldn't that be weird?
That would be weird. That's what he's trying to get in our heads for.
Helldivers.
That is WWE.
I got his head! I got his head! I knew it! I just had to gaslight him a little bit.
Number 8. Based. 4.5 out of 5.
Based.
Is that U.S. Army Strategic Defense or Helldivers 2? Based. 4.5 out of 5.
4.5 out of 5. What is based?
Are you? You're not. You don't know
Basic?
what based. It's like
Basic?
like good based like back when Elon Musk was cool. I think a lot of people would have referred to him as based. Remember when everyone was like, he's the.
I wonder what base God was. Anyways, Helldivers.
Helldivers.
Let's go.
Good job.
What happens if it's a tie?
It's a. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not worried about it. All right.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Number 9. Obama 42. 5 out of 5. U.S. Army Strategic Defense or Helldivers 2.
Obama 42.
U.S. Army.
That sounds like U.S. Army, but
Yeah. God, man, don't worry my poker face.
However, I was gonna say if without your reaction, I was about to say Helldivers.
I know. I almost had.
Damn, I could have been winning!
I know.
Damn it!
I was like, that sounds like Helldivers, or that sounds like.
Why would Obama be in Helldiver?
Would not have been a good defensive lineman. I just jumped right over that. It's all right. Number 10. You lied to Michael and he got his revenge. The beer smell will forever be in your parking lot. 1 out of 5. Boston Dynamics or Helldivers 2.
What happened to Michael? Boston Dynamics.
Helldivers.
It's Boston Dynamics.
What happened to Michael?
I want to spice it up.
Yeah, God bless Michael. I don't know.
I just imagine someone's like that pissed off at Arrowhead. So he's like, I threw up.
You lied to Michael and he got his revenge.
Or I thought somebody may have named their Helldiver Michael, and then he found out that Michael
That
was dead.
sounds like something you would see in the Superstore.
That's what I'm telling you. Some of these reviews are just like fever dreams. All right, number 11. Good Drones. 5 out of 5.
Drones.
Northrop Grumman or Helldivers 2.
There's no drones in
Good Drones. 5 out of 5.
Northrop.
Northrop?
Yeah, it's Northrop.
I was trying to think about that one.
I was hoping y'all would guess because the little backpack drones.
Oh.
I tried.
Those
Actually,
are dogs, first off.
I guess I was thinking more the
Yeah,
actual
UAV,
drones.
yeah.
I was saying the automatons.
That's fair. All right, number 12. Democracy, bitches! 4.5 out of 5.
New York Jets.
Northrop Grumman or Helldivers 2.
Helldivers 2.
That's gotta be Helldivers.
Yeah, that's Helldivers
Yeah, that's
2.
Helldivers.
It would be funny if someone got on Northrop Grumman and was like, hell yeah,
That'd be
democracy.
hilarious.
Just by the way, I'm up by 1.
Yeah, I know, Deborah, because I fucked up. Yeah.
That is 7-6. Number 13. Everyone is really nice and chill. Would really recommend. 5 out of 5. Northrop Grumman or Helldivers 2.
Helldivers 2.
Northrop.
That's Northrop Grumman.
What now? God damn it! Damn it! Fuck! God.
This one's going to be hard to pronounce. Number 14. Worst nightmare movie for us.
What?
They didn't use punctuation. Worst nightmare for us. 5 out of 5. U.S. Army Department or Helldivers 2.
Helldivers 2.
Army.
That is U.S. Army Department.
What the hell?
Worst nightmare. I don't know. Number 15. I'm tired of the cheating to stay on top. Cheating to win isn't a good role model by 1 out of 5. WWE or World War II. I mean, it's God. Helldivers 2.
World War II. Cheating in.
I'm tired of the cheating to stay on top. Cheating to win isn't a good role model by 1 out of 5.
Who is cheating in Helldivers?
Who's cheating in WWE?
They all cheat.
Okay, WWE.
You know, you already gave fine. That's
Okay, fine.
Fine,
Go see
don't be
WWE
Don't be
then.
grumpy because you're last.
Shut the fuck up.
Helldivers.
That is WWE.
Oh.
Will, did you switch to WWE?
Yeah, I did,
Well, I'll
actually.
allow it since he's behind.
I'm down by 3, so now 2. How many questions are there?
20. So we're up to 16.
Oh, I might have come back.
You can cut me for time if you'd like. 16. I just had so much fun with it. I was looking up these reviews at like 11 p.m. in bed, and Gracie was trying to sleep, and I was just like. Worst nightmare from that made me giggle for like an hour. Worst nightmare, and then U.S. Army Department. What does that mean? 15. Excuse me. 16. A genuinely brilliant team building experience. 4.5 out of 5. Is that the Republican National Committee or is that Helldivers 2?
Helldivers 2.
The Republic Committee.
That is Helldivers 2. Oh, Will's coming back.
I thought I had it on that one. I thought I was going to nail it.
No one to talk to, all by myself. La 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 la. So sad. I won't pay for this. Period. 1 out of 5. Republican National Committee or Helldivers 2.
Oh, the same one. Oh my gosh.
Helldivers.
Oh, I'm going Helldivers.
That is the
Lord, nobody to talk to.
God, that makes sense now. Like, you wouldn't know that no one talks to you in Helldivers until you pay money.
I had a hard time figuring out how the parties work in Helldivers. So I was like, how do I talk to people?
It seems like no one really picks up the phones at the RNC for some reason. All right, number 18. The robots were very friendly. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. 5 out of 5. Boston Dynamics or Helldivers 2.
That's a tough one. That's a
good one. I'm gonna go Helldivers.
I'm going Boston Dynamics.
That is Boston Dynamics.
Yes! Let's go!
That is 9 to 9.
Going down to the last question?
Don't worry, I have like another, like, I came up with like 30.
Is this the 20th?
We are on 19, so you got 3 more questions.
That was a good one. I thought someone was being sarcastic about the automatons.
Number 19, very boring and repetitive. Do not recommend. 1 out of 5. WWE or Helldivers 2.
That's Helldivers.
That is Helldivers. Yep. Nice. 10-10. 20.
So this would be the last one.
We have 21.
Okay.
We'll see who gets to 21. And then we'll go up to 20. We'll use 21 as the tiebreaker.
Number 20. No. Thank you. 1 out of 5. RNC or Helldivers 2.
What's RNC?
The Republican National Committee. No, thank you. 1 out of 5.
RNC.
I don't even know what RNC is.
Republican National Committee.
Well, I know that.
It's the people who decide the candidate and like support the candidates. They're based out of, I think it's in Virginia. I hope I'm not on a list because I Googled a lot of like corporate offices. So they probably think I'm coming for them.
Did you have the Boston bombing in another tab?
No, I looked up Northrop Grumman and then I looked up RNC. It's probably not a good combo.
Looked up UAVs, stealth bombers. You said I'm gonna go Helldivers.
What did you say?
RNC.
Oh, it's RNC.
Yes!
Well, y'all need to leave now.
Oh, damn.
If I'm
So
not.
you want to cut it off there?
Do you want to accept defeat, or do you want to go one more question?
I'm having a good time with this.
Let's do more. Let's do one more question.
Number 21. They have some of the sorry. It switches to all caps halfway through. They have some of the baddest minds in the world, comma. Glad to be of service. 5 out of 5. Boston Dynamics or RNC.
Wait.
They have some of the baddest minds in the world. Glad to be of service. 5 out of 5.
RNC.
You think so?
Going back to back, like Jordan 9697. Woo. Let's go back to the first.
Boston Dynamics.
That's Boston Dynamics.
Oh!
Tied up. Well, I need to go pee, so we'll leave this as a tie.
I'll say it's a tie.
That
way we can both keep our.
That way Sam doesn't replace us.
No!
We flipped that.
Hey, we're back. We're back. We're back after a much needed pee break, real quick. But now we've kind of gone over Sam's super fun game hour. That was a lot of super in there.
I think you missed one.
Super fan Sam super game hour.
Super.
I hope that's not a tune anywhere. I don't want to get sued.
Yeah. That's actually mine.
But now it's time to get into the actual nitty-gritty details of Helldivers 2. So let's break it down Helldivers style. So the discussion will be based on what we feel like talking about the game. I got some general discussion questions for us, but feel free to interject with whatever you want. So are we good? Got any questions about that?
Can I show you?
I don't give a fuck.
Will your ball.
That's not a question. That's a statement.
You said interject.
I did say that. What? No. You gave Guinness a 6. I can't trust your judgment. Anywho, so my first question for everybody is, how'd you get into Helldivers 2?
My friend Will said it was good, and so I said, well, I want to be a part of that.
You hang out with that guy still?
Only on sometimes.
Sam, how'd you get into Helldivers 2?
So
your story's the same.
I think I have a good, healthy amount of friends who play multiplayer games, and we always welcome ideas to the table. And my friend TJ Beaker,
Anti-fan.
Not my good friend, anti-fan for 206969,
yes.
TJ Beaker said we should try. He actually listed 2 games in the text. He said Helldivers 2 and Foam Stars.
So we want to
Foam was free.
That's just goes to show that y'all can't be winners because Foam Stars is trash.
It's what Splatoon for PlayStation.
Yeah.
Maybe Square Enix.
I'd be surprised if anybody still plays that. But we picked up Helldivers, and I think it was an instant success. We had actually had a discussion about what is the movie that they based it off of?
Super Troopers.
Starship
Troopers.
Starship Troopers.
I was going to say Super Troopers.
I didn't know that was based on Helldivers.
Super based on a true story. We had just talked about God damn it, I'm going to say Super Troopers again. Starship Troopers. Me and TJ had talked about it for like an hour and a half.
We talked about Spaceballs.
Spaceballs for like an hour and a half. No, we talked about Starship Troopers for like an hour and a half. He's like, because they have the fun little extra propaganda in there, and I think they did a good job of parodying that in the intro for Helldivers 2.
Intro is so funny.
And so it felt like a perfect segue, and then we found a good group of people to play with, among them my good friends Preston and Matt Rebel.
Name.
So I got into Helldivers.
How did you get into? How did you?
Similarly, Anti-fan TJ included me in the group message with Sam and Matt, and it was like, I think we should get into this. It's really fun. The intro is really funny. I'm having a lot of good times with it. And so until this year when I got really into the finals. Sounds like a fart. Sam. Oh no! You pulled a Gracie. Oh no, the laptop. I was just my sweater.
I'll just use my sweater.
But God, who could have seen that coming? Anywho, Anti-fan TJ reached out to us and told us about the game. I was like, I remember seeing trailers for it. I was like, oh, it's a multiplayer game. I don't know if I get super into it. Oh, it looks chaotic and hard. And I'm not a big multiplayer guy. I'm a big story-driven single player guy, and I was a little skeptical at first, and I was like, it's $40, super easy price point. I was like, let's give it a try. And it is just if you want a game where you just want to have a good time with your buddies and just talk with them and spread some democracy, some booty cheeks, this is the game for you. Absolutely.
I would say probably the only way to play it, because I can't imagine having spent as much time as I have without a good group of people to kind of blow up in kamikaze and friendly fire.
I think that's half the fun is the friendly fire, and like just if you have if you casual about it, like you have a overly competitive, like just playing for the fun of it.
And that's where, like, with my play style or my play time with it, I mean, I've logged 30 hours, but probably an hour of it was just me by myself. Because I usually I want to play with, I really don't play it unless I'm playing with other people.
Right.
Because, like, yeah, it's fine, but, like, I don't want to play with randoms or, like, strangers that we don't talk, and it's like, I was just quiet, and it's like, oh, just a casual shooter and everything. Has some ASMR right there. I wonder if that's drowning me out. That's probably fair. But no, that's how I found out about Helldivers 2. Saw a trailer for it and I was like, cool, but it was really anti-fan TJ who kind of got us into it. I'd be worried if he was like upset that we're calling him anti-fan TJ, but he'll probably lean into it.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Well, I will not. Don't say a thing about calling him anti-fan until he calls you out, because then that means he listens.
I don't know if you really know TJ that well, because he's probably anti-fan for everybody. He's one of those people I would probably say, don't say too much, don't share too many personal details around him.
I've only had a couple encounters with him.
Yeah. He's a lovely, lovely lad. But anyhow, let's talk more about Helldivers 2.
He's a lovely, lovely lady.
Yeah. But, I don't care if anyone's heard about Helldivers 1, because that was really on the PS Vita.
Only hipsters played that.
Yeah. It's a completely different game, too, because that was like a top-down, while this one's completely third-person and everything.
It's a two-stick shooter.
Mm. Huh. But what has been your favorite moment of Helldivers 2?
Oh, easily just playing with friends and just like, absolutely obliterating somebody, like doing like the friendly fire, not intentionally, but I think playing with friends is definitely the highlight of like just having fun with it. Also, I hadn't played with like online like friends in a while. It's been a long time. I've been a solo player for a long time.
Yeah.
So getting up to that, that's been my favorite part.
The funniest part about that story is I'm going to share a story about Preston, him getting into Helldivers 2. I sent him a friend invite. He could not figure out how to access that invite.
Oh, I was there. Yeah.
It was like 10 minutes. And I called like, you press this button.
No, it was my settings were wrong.
Like 7 firewalls and like privacy settings. He said, I don't want anyone to talk to me ever.
Apparently, that's what I set up my PlayStation as. And it's like,
oh
my gosh, a PlayStation fan.
That's just only add emphasis to your story of how long it's been since you played.
Right. It's like I'm just such a solo player.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out we had a conversation later, and he actually said he was just rejecting your friend request.
Oh, that makes more sense now.
Fuck this guy.
I don't like y'all having conversations outside of our friendship circle. That's a little rude, in my opinion. So
I would say that in getting started in like, I feel like everyone has like their default like shooter mode where it's like, you just hold down the clip, reload, make sure you're aiming at the bad guys. But most games I feel like just avoid the friendly fire discussion altogether. I know we played a little bit of Rainbow Six, so that does have friendly fire as well. But in this one, I think I wasn't used to that mindset, and I walked directly in front of, I think, someone just opening up with their assault rifle and just headshotted myself. And I think that was the moment that I was like, okay, this could be fun. Also, a big plus is just slapping people in the back of the head.
The ragdoll physics is just amazing in this game.
Well, people are like, why can't you jump in Helldivers? But you have the ability to dive because we are Helldivers.
That's one of my favorite things seeing on like TikTok and everything. People that do the dive and they go like commencing Betty Bye. They go 3, 2, 1, and then they do the dive. They go. And then like tactical kiss, and I was like, that's funny.
Tactical kiss.
But one of my favorite moments is more like an in-game thing. I do love the friendly fire. I think that adds a level of comedy to it. When it's with your friends, not really with strangers, because then you're gonna piss off people. Mm-hmm. But it's when I discovered like there are random hell bombs all throughout the map, and you can explode them. And that's great. So I don't remember if I did it with you, but I vividly remember Anti-Fan TJ talking like it was me, Sam, Anti-Fan TJ. And he just got.
So I'm not Superfan Sam anymore. Is that
Anti-Fan TJ and Superfan Sam. I was playing with them.
Your co-host.
And he just got the dog, the guard dog and everything. He was like, "Oh, look at my cool guard dog and everything." And Sam goes, and Superfan Sam goes, "Hey, Will, do you see that?" And I was like, already on it. And I shot the hell bomb with TJ next to it.
And I don't think we knew if it would have gone off or not. I hadn't done it like at all before. I was like, okay, it looked like a hell bomb, so like, is this actually going to blow up if you shoot it?
I knew it was going to do that, so I was like, say no more. I was like, started clicking really fast.
Because I was pinging it, and TJ was like too busy talking to it.
It was just quiet. Yeah. We took all his shit.
I love the fact that they just take all the guardrails off all completely. It's like where you can just be as stupid as you want.
I think they talked about it. It's like, do you want to why don't you nerf friendly fire? It's like, absolutely fucking not. We're not taking that away. And I respect Arrowhead.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. The devs said like, I was like, people are bitching about it. It's like, take friendly fire off. I just want to. It's like, no, we think friendly fire is fun. It's funny. People take it way too seriously.
And yeah, I feel like you can feel the weight of like your weapons too. It's like when you blow up a giant like walking tank, it's like you can understand it's a big bomb, but like when you like shoot somebody with the marksman rifle and it takes like a 3/4 their health down, you're like, oh hell yeah, I'm fucking strong.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
And, like you were fragile. I love how fragile you are in the game, and like death is just like caked or baked into the whole game.
It's the whole experience.
Yeah.
So we talked about things that we really love about the game, but what do we hate about Helldivers 2? Get out of the way, really.
Will Lester plays too much, and like he always tries to like join my party.
As soon as I get online, he invites me to the game.
Yeah.
And it is so.
It seems like he's just waiting.
He seems needy.
Yeah. It's like I
He
can't
seems
get.
desperate.
I have to go offline just so he doesn't send me.
I'll get online and then I'll go offline really quick.
Yeah.
And it'll zoom in on my face during that moment. My least favorite thing is how broken it is to sometimes get into people's squads.
That's fair.
That is extremely fair.
That is probably my most. And it wasn't. I'm not even going to count the servers because they fixed that. But just the amount of time I spent trying to join someone's squad, but you can't. Even if it says online, you have to wait till they're on their ship before you can like join squad or invite them to your squad, and that's probably the most annoying / most hated.
Well, they're having to go back to their settings and back to reappear online.
That's a callback.
No, the only thing I don't like about Helldivers is that like you're kind of locked in. Like if you do a mission, you're locked in for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, they are
to do long. Like they're pretty long, and so we have kids, and like that's something I actively avoid in a game, like to where like not having a pause button
or like save spots where you you have to beat the whole mission to get.
You have to,
There's been...
you can't like you went AFK and just left us without telling us anything.
That's right.
I was like, Will hasn't moved in 5 minutes.
The first time it happened, I told anti-fan TJ and super fan Sam's like, my baby's awake, I gotta go, and I just left the mic there. And we're dealing with them. And I'm like,
quickly blew through like 11 lives because he just kept coming back.
And then I get to the end and they're like being like evacuated. And I go, hey guys, what up? This? He's like, oh, look who fucking is.
Being a father and caring about his child, like a selfish jerk.
The best was recently where like I put the mic down. I didn't say anything, and we went and go take care of Wyatt. And he's screaming. I'm like rocking him to sleep. I'm singing, I'm a believer. Like that's his favorite song. I look at Allie and I go, Super Wipe Allie, excuse me. I go, I didn't tell the boys I was, I'm doing this.
No, you didn't.
So she got up, Super Wipe Allie, just doing the most Super Wipe things. Goes, hey, and everyone's like, is this Allie? He's like, yeah, no. Wilson wanted to let you know he's taking care of the baby.
I figured. I'm sitting here protecting his body. Like, I've died 5 times trying to protect his body. It's fine.
And that's my favorite thing. The forgiveness from my friends for... getting some...
Oh, too sentimental. Too sentimental.
Despite the lack of a story, what are your thoughts about the... No, I don't want to ask that question.
I do want to say, like, one with, like, there were issues with the servers, like, earlier in the game, like, where they blew up, like, without them understanding, like, it was going to get that big.
Yeah, I don't think
and
do that.
To like the user interface, like I think you mentioned it earlier, like it's not a massive studio, so I mean like the fact that they fixed it as quick as they did, I feel like is a good perk for them as opposed to like other games where it's like they've been asking for like months to like upgrade the server capacity, and they're like, yeah, we're getting to it. Like I feel like they are responsive to their fan base,
right? Yeah.
So
absolutely.
I think we should give them more credit than Mr. Will over here is getting.
Yeah, they had some of the devs.
You make a game, Will. See how
you
it
try
goes.
it.
Yeah, you try it. You make a server.
I am pro developer. How dare y'all?
Yeah, I know some devs had like access to Reddit, like just a kind of unmoderated Reddit account, so they were like responding to some people, and some people got really offended by what they said, but I thought it was
Stupid. If it was negative, stupid.
Negative.
Positive, stupid. No, I'm just kidding. What do you think about the Super Earth being the bad guys?
I think this is a dangerous territory.
Oh, why do you say that?
You're always watching with
It sounds like we have a traitor at our table.
I meant to say, what is your favorite conspiracy theory against Super
Oh, actually,
Earth?
I'm getting a phone call. He's right here.
He's right.
Coordinates E375.
Is that right?
Strategy.
Up, down, left, up. 500 kilograms. Oh no.
I did just get the space laser recently, and it's like, I don't know if y'all have used it before, but it's like it comes down like a 45-degree angle, and it just like tracks the bad guys, and it's absolutely horrible.
I had the orbital laser. Yeah.
Yeah, is that what it is?
I think so. I did that the other day, and I got it was actually kind of a very, very happy moment. I got 60 kills.
Jesus.
From one orbital laser. I just threw it, and it just went. And I was just like watching them rack up. I think I may have saved the clip.
Oh, nerd alert! Nerd alert! Oh, that was our new nerd alert. Yeah, I am jealous. Someone got like 40. I'm just kidding.
I do like
Get good.
I like it when the chaff units like run after you after you've thrown one of those out, and so the mining laser is following these like dudes with their swords as they're running at you. You're like, no, that way, back up.
Speaking of the enemy types, where do you think, like, there's not, obviously you have the lore of the game, we kind of went over that in the beginning. Where do you think, like, the actual story, even though there's lack thereof, where do you think the lore will go from here with Helldivers? Do you have any theories?
There's limited story on it, but like I think we're gonna have a new enemy type that comes in.
Illuminate.
Yeah, like they're like the
Illumination Studios made Despicable Me.
Yeah,
we're gonna have a bunch of minions coming in.
Oh, crossover event. That'd be sick.
just like Fortnite.
Jeez,
We're getting Fortnite?
Oh my god.
Let's do a Fortnite episode.
Helldivers.
Fuck this whole episode. Let's do Fortnite. I'm bad at Fortnite. That's the episode.
I've never played Fortnite.
But,
I'm not gonna start now.
I think like the only way I see like this isn't what I think it's gonna. This is what I hope to happen. We get Terminids and automatons. I hope we get some gang war turf going on.
Well, there's like if you look at, I think I've seen some people where if you go to the automaton like place, there'll be some Terminid carcasses.
Yeah.
So there's some disagreement between the enemy factions. Interesting.
That's gonna be really interesting. But
I do like the digging for lore that some people do. Like, I don't know if like, but going back to the Elden Ring again, you know, can't stop talking about it. But those videos where they don't necessarily like spoon feed you the information for that game,
right?
But like, it's like funny people like trying to parse information based off of like these little text boxes from like corpses and stuff, and
the things that we ignore when we play,
right? Yeah. And then like you can go and talk to the people on the ship, and they'll say like random little snippets, and they're taking like one little fact over here and doing like what's the Always Sunny
Charlie Day's like
yeah.
I don't know where the mailman. Where's the mailman?
So it feels like they're trying to build a world, and I respect that, but it's also like I feel like they're not trying to be overt about it.
I think like what's really fun about the lore is like obviously Super Earth, it's like this the super fascist shit and everything. It's like not fascist, excuse me, pro-democracy. But it's just like seeing the especially with the automatons or really with the term, it's like Super Earth is lying. I was like, oh, that's some fun nuggets right there, because it gives you the whole when you see that. And if you're not into the whole idea of treason, or if you're into the idea of treason, it's kind of like, oh wow, we're the bad guys, and it's kind of a good. I mean, it's kind of insinuated based on the tutorial and the opening video that you know this is like a fascist regime, I guess. It's just kind of cool to kind of see like, oh, there's different perspectives outside. And they made sure to put those little details throughout the map.
I do like how it's like coded to where, you know, I feel like some games can do it to where it comes across as almost pro-war and like not trying to take a stance on any current real life political conflict or anything like that. But like like games like COD, where it's like it almost like I can see the United States Army like trying to like plug in and like find people to play that game and be like, don't you want to do this in real life? Come join up. Like this is where it's coded to where it's like you can be more like it's kind of tongue in cheek and self aware, which I think is nice because it doesn't necessarily glorify violence for violence sake.
They've become self aware.
Yeah. Oh shit. The automatons. Which brings me to my next point. Automatons are Terminids. And why?
In terms
I
of
know you.
They like which
like what's fun to fight
what's fun
or
to
like
fight,
which
yeah.
one would I rather join?
which one would you rather fight?
Because I think the automatons, because if I had to fight with the bugs, then I feel like they would eat me.
You're making those noises.
Yeah.
But anyways, what's
You know his answer already? Well, then go ahead and answer. Will go ahead.
automatons. I like playing with them more.
fine.
It's harder. It's significantly harder. What?
No.
I thought you were shaking your head like you.
You're wrong, and you should feel bad.
You're wrong. But please continue.
I think it adds a little bit of level. Like with the bugs, it's like getting overran by them. It's like fuck, this is annoying. But it's like bugs is kind of like this is much more chill. While the automatons give it a little bit more, not nuance.
You need to be more stressed out.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Like if I want to challenge, automatons is where it's at, and I just like who the automatons are in the lore behind them. It's like, oh fuck, this is a much more serious threat to the galaxy. While the Termin's like science experiment gone wrong.
You see, I fucking hate bugs, and they creep me the hell out. So I want to kill all of them. Fuck you!
Killing those little tiny ones that take like one bullet is pretty satisfying.
Like little grunts from Halo 3.
Yeah.
But, they need to do a little birthday. The
Well, you did the
confetti.
headshot. Yeah, that'd be cool.
When you get a headshot and you go, pew!
It'd be a perfect Halo crossover right there.
That'd be awesome.
I do like the development of I think there's a lot of cool enemies. Like the fact the first tank we ran into was like, what the fuck am I like? We've been fighting like dudes with guns, and then just a whole ass tank rolls up to you. You're like, it's impressive. The giant the spires with the artillery gun on top of them is very intimidating.
The Eye of Sauron,
Yeah.
I like doing the little tag where it's like it has like it looks like an eye. It's like I see the enemy. I put it on there. And it's like with the flames. It's like that's Sauron.
Yeah.
My group doesn't like when I do that.
The Bile Titan I think is very cool.
God,
the Charger's very cool.
Bile Titan stressed me out.
Yeah.
It's like it just feels like just some guys just over there following you, very slow.
And there's a way to one shot them, but I feel like it'd be like very, very good to do that.
Yeah, I think identifying weak points with the automatons is a little bit easier than the bugs, where it's like you blow off the leg and it's still like running at you.
To be fair, the Charger is a bitch.
Charger's a hoe. Let's be honest.
So I think I'm not saying anything needs to be nerfed, but like when you like just unload a grenade launcher, because the idea of how you beat the Charger is that you annihilate a leg,
right,
and then it kind of gets its nasty crustacean legs.
See, I understand the concept, but it doesn't fucking work.
But then, like, the grenade, I love the grenade launcher, and then, like, just obliterating it with a grenade launcher doesn't open up one of the legs.
Yeah.
I think that's a little silly. But
And then to go from that to where you're, like, one-shotting stuff with a grenade launcher, and then this guy's taking, like, 10 rounds to the face, and he's like, I'm good.
Yeah. You got another?
It's kind of challenging, I agree. But I think that the play style, like with the automatons, is like a little bit more methodical. Like you have time to like back up in space and think about what you want to do. Versus the bugs were like,
those fucking hunters.
All the time. Yeah, Jesus.
The little scythe.
God, that's probably the most annoying enemy type.
Yeah. To be fair, they slow you down, and they just one is not that bad. Multiple.
You gangbanged by a group of them. Yeah, not fun.
That's why it's confusing that you think that the bugs are less stressful than the automatons.
I think
they're like always running.
When you're like, if you need a challenge,
well, they're not
if you want a challenge,
they're not shooting at you.
Yeah, they're running at you.
Yeah, they're running at you.
Yeah, they're coming to you. They're coming to your bullets.
Oh my!
I completely disagree.
You know, it gets a little challenging after easy.
Yeah. I don't think
I'm on tutorial. Fuck you.
I'm on trivial.
He's been doing the tutorial mission over and over again.
This is so easy.
Well, there's more game. There's more game. What? Oh God.
No, it's it.
Anyways,
the next step is medium.
Wait, besides this bad experience, have you had any bad experiences online?
I feel like this is directed to
I know you've had one. That's good.
I had a traitor that I was playing with some randoms, and this guy, as soon as we were, I still have the video. As soon as we were going to lift off, he went and just annihilated everybody, and then hopped in the ship and left.
Which that was something that was happening a lot on TikTok. It was just I don't know if it's like, I don't know what people's logic is. Like, you don't get any experience when you kill all of them. Like, what was the point?
I kind of angrily messaged him.
Did you report him?
I did. Actually,
what did your message say? I'm curious now.
I said don't ruin it for everybody, and he's like, don't tell me how to play a game that I played or I paid for.
But it's like they don't offer any perks. There's no incentives. It's like not like the yeah.
You're just being an asshole to be an asshole.
Yeah. But it's funny because it's like going from games like Dark Souls where it's like they actively build in a thing where you can be invaded by another player. I feel like there's types of people out there that go for that sort of experience.
Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's in a different perspective.
You don't. I mean, like
Preston's about to traitor everybody now.
It's
who?
You.
Oh.
I understand the idea, but it's like if the game isn't like encouraging that type of play, then it does make you kind of look like an asshole. I would say.
Yes, that's an interesting perspective. But yeah, I think it definitely makes you look like an asshole because there's no benefit to it, and you kill the Helldivers like they're dead. You just killed your brothers and sisters. Whenever I know.
So maybe
whenever you come down as a new person. That was the bit of the trivia that kind of made the whole game like,
You're expendable. Remember that.
I don't know. I feel like didn't they talk about that in the tutorial too? It was like
they did, yeah.
Yeah. And then I saw some theories too as well that it was like, so you're coming out of like the stasis on the ship that they're talking about, like, I don't know if y'all seen Moon before, where like the dude, they have like a bunch of clones, and then like, at the end of that clone's life, the same person comes and does like the job, and they like mislead him and gaslight him into thinking that he's going to go back to Earth at the end of his life. So it's like, I can see like that being where it's like, but it actually, you're right, because it is different voices.
Yeah.
So maybe not so much that, but I think it's a fun idea.
Yeah.
But I think we also talked like with the different factions, like I think it would be fun for that type of player to be able to like come in as like a fucking Bile Titan, or like it's come in as a tank. Like they could build that into the game.
That's interesting.
Well, we've talked a great deal. I'm gonna do this for the sake of time. We've talked a lot about.
Wow. Okay.
Do it for a third time.
Yeah. Hints taken. We'll shut up. I'm sorry.
We talked a lot about Helldivers too.
Surprising.
But the most important question of all of this podcast is to know what is your rating, your ambiguous rating of the game is. So, Preston, do you want to go first?
Sure.
Okay, let's hear it.
I know. I was surprised that I actually have a rating.
Usually I have to force it out.
2 insurrections.
Okay. No explanation. Okay. Do you have an explanation?
You, ambiguous?
Ambiguous. Okay.
What?
Anyways, continue.
I know. I don't want to be a traitor.
Wait. Right, Sam. What's your rating?
I would say a left, up, down, left.
Oh, that's a good strategy. That's a good. I know that. I know exactly what that one is. I don't know what it is, but I imagine it's a very good one.
Imagine it's the orbital laser.
Oh, fuck.
Got it.
That's it.
Nailed it.
Mine is the. It's a cup of coffee that you have that later leads into the coffee poop you have later on in the day.
What the fuck?
And just like that, democracy has been spread like a pair of booty cheeks.
I'm gonna be thinking about that.
I can't thank our dear friend and superfan Sam for joining the podcast.
Does he like the game? Does he hate the game?
We hope you enjoyed meeting his heroes and that he will continue to stalk us, but hopefully not wear our skin.
Does he like pooping?
But before we go, please be sure to share this with your friends, family friends, and the neighborhood bully. They might make fun of you, but you'll never know. Actually, the neighborhood bully will for sure fuck you up like he did last week and call you a nerd. Once again, always justified.
Are you okay?
Please help me.
Please help.
But like always, if you're a new listener, please follow us on all our social media, no matter how shitty it may be. Join in and engage with us on X, like call me a bitch or Preston a bitch. Not Superfan Sam though. Don't leave him out.
I can't take it. I have thin skin.
Like we'll block you for sure if you go after. You have thin skin.
Yeah.
Oh jeez, that God, that's he's very fragile, everybody. But it's not funny at all if you bully Sam. It's funny if you bully me and Preston. We can handle it.
You fucking bitch.
But if you got direct feedback for us, please reach out to our email and send us a nice or mean message. I think our email is in our description usually. It's like Uncultured Game
Pod. Something like
at
that.
Gmail. Who fuck you. But at the end, not fuck you to the audience.
Or leave a comment on our YouTube.
On the YouTube page. That's right. Like and subscribe.
Probably the easiest way to
like and subscribe on YouTube.
tell us how much you hate it.
But at the
how
end,
much you love it.
But at the end of the day, Preston and Superfan Sam, this podcast will have to end. Sam will have to be a superfan somewhere else, and Preston's mom will have to find another way to find our podcast. I hope you've enjoyed. How long have we been going for?
I don't know. Probably at least 2 hours.
At least 2 hours. It's 2 hours.
Been a while.
2 hours of us talking. And with that, continue to fight the good fight, Super Earth. XOXO. Preston is the Gossip Girl.